You know the fairy tale image. A young princess raised for the crown, the world watching as her life is carefully scripted and destined for a smooth royal future. But what if, instead of calm ceremony and graceful tradition, tears flooded the palace and a wedding announcement rocked Europe's royal foundations? Because today, what seemed like a seamless royal ascent has snapped into something far more human, and far more fragile. From the moment Princess Leonor of Spain stepped forward as heir to the throne, the world accepted her path, duty, ceremony, continuity. On her 18th birthday she swore allegiance to the Constitution and the crown. Her future seemed clear, yet behind the velvet and gold, the heart of the story is far more complex. Strangers to public view have stirred, emotions have risen, and Europe is quietly, irrevocably watching. Within days of the announcement of the wedding to Prince Christian, rumored though not yet fully confirmed, questions began to surface. Why now? Was the timing right? What strains underlie this union? These are not idle rumors, they strike at the core of monarchy, legacy and family. Let's begin at the surface. The spectacle of a royal wedding evokes images of pomp and joy. But already, London tabloids and continental commentators whisper of tears, not just from joyful well-wishers, but from within the royal household itself. Spain, a nation that has seen its monarchy buffeted by scandal, expects perfection. And yet what we are now witnessing is not perfection, it's something raw, human, urgent. What triggered the tears? Some say the weight of duty, others point to the burden of expectation. For Leonor, the heir who trained in the navy, who offered her oath in parliament, who is preparing for command and crown. The weight is not abstract, it's real. And when the announcement of a wedding came, something in the expected script shifted. What changed? Why now? Europe's royal landscape is converging, the Danish crown and the Spanish crown, two legacies intersecting. On the surface, a powerful alliance. But underneath, a family grappling with memory, obligation and identity. Leonor is not just daughter and sister, she is soon to be queen. And into that role comes Christian, poised and polished, but from a different lineage, different history. How will two young royals carry not just their personal vows, but the expectations of entire dynasties? We must step back and breathe this in. Spain's monarchy, under King Felipe VI, has been working to rebuild integrity and trust for years. Leonor's military training, her public appearances, her stylized coordination with her mother, Queen Letizia, all elements of a new era. Now, the wedding narrative introduces variables: emotion, confrontation, legacy. The ceremony is not just about two people, it's about two families, two nations, the symbolism of monarchy in modern Europe. An early emotional moment, telegraphed in the farewell to her navy voyage, Leonor's parents said goodbye in tears as she embarked on months at sea. That moment prefigures something deeper, the separation of childhood, the transformation into sovereign in waiting. Add to that the announcement of the wedding, and you have a chain: training, duty, love, alliance, but also the pressure of expectation, the risk of heartbreak. What will the wedding show the world? Will it be the perfect pageant, the unity of two royal houses, a statement of strength? Or will it reveal cracks, the human cost of monarchy, the tensions behind every curtsy and procession? The tears may already hint at the answer. Let me give you the context of Leonor. Born into the house of Bourbon-Ortiz, raised in Madrid, educated abroad, transformed into a figure of ceremony and leadership. Her recent achievements: the Grand Cross of Naval Merit, the title of adopted daughter of Marin, signs of institutional recognition. She is no longer just royalty by birth, she is royalty by preparation. And Christian, while details are still emerging, his presence in this story signals that the alliance is not only about Spain, but about Europe's royal map. The joining of Spanish heritage with another branching dynasty. Which begs the question, is this love, strategy, or both? Here's a curiosity loop for you. If the wedding is meant to project unity and continuity, what happens when the personal intersects with the political? Will the union calm the monarchist anxiety in Spain or stir new questions? What happens when a princess trained for military command steps into a marriage that will require diplomacy, symbolism, sacrifice? As we move closer to the ceremony's date, more pieces fall into place. photographs of Leonor returning from naval training with her family, the first time in months they appeared together. A family united on the surface, but what about the private conversations, the unseen emotions, the private doubts? Imagine the scene: Madrid, the cathedral steps, the flashbulbs, the applause. But also the backstage. A young woman, aware that her wedding sets the tone for her reign. A young man, aware that the spotlight is on him too. What chain of introspection leads them there? What doubts, what promises, what scars? Let's chain another curiosity. What legacy will Leonor carry? What does it mean to marry at this moment? Spain's monarchy faced turbulence, economic crises, public skepticism, scandals. Her father's reign marks a renewal. The wedding becomes a symbol of hope or of escape. How will Spain interpret this moment? Will the shocks Europe is talking about be about love, about legacy, about power? And what about Europe at large? Many royal watchers refer to this union as significant. But larger questions loom. How relevant is monarchy in Europe today? Does a wedding like this reaffirm relevance or expose fragility? For Spain and beyond, this is more than a ceremony, it's a litmus test of tradition, modernity, and identity. Another emotional angle: the parents. The king and queen. They have guided Leonor. They have watched her evolution. They have faced scrutiny and expectations. Now they stand beside her at the edge of this leap. Their pride is visible, their restraint measured. But the tears, they tell the story, that royalty is human. That even in the gilded halls, love, fear, hope, and sacrifice are present. As we progress toward the wedding, we'll watch moment by moment: engagement announcement, guest list, venue, dress, family reactions, public sentiment. With each reveal, a new loop opens. What will the dress say? What will the guest list reveal about alliances? What will the public mood be, in Spain and in Europe? Each answer births another question. Here's the deeper layer: the tension between arranged alliance and genuine affection. Royal weddings historically served both. In today's world of media, authenticity matters. The world wants to believe in love. Spain wants to believe in its monarch. So when shocks are referenced, they may reflect the collision between expectation and reality. The tears we're hearing of, they may come before the vows, or after. They may belong to the bride, the groom, the parents, or the institutions. They may symbolize joy or sacrifice. The thing is, we don't yet know whose tears they are, or what they mean. And that uncertainty fuels our curiosity. By the end of this journey, we'll ask: will the wedding unify Spain and Europe's royal houses, or will it expose the cracks in monarchy's facade? Will Leonor step into a crown strengthened or weakened by the moment? Will Christian become partner or symbol? Will the love story overshadow the history, or will the history overshadow the love? Let's allow the narrative to breathe now as we reflect on the human cost: a young woman bereft of a normal life, training on warships, sacrificing youth for duty, a father watching his daughter become queen, a mother standing at her side. These are not stock characters, they are real people in real roles. Their emotions matter because their roles matter. The crown matters because Spain matters. And so, as the date draws near, as announcements come, as images emerge, we will keep our eyes on the procession, the vows, the looks exchanged, the tears unshed. Because behind the ceremony lies a story of transition, of tradition meeting modernity, of power meeting personhood, of legacy meeting love. In closing, remember this: the shocks aren't just dramatic headlines. They are signals of change. This isn't just a wedding. It's a hinge moment for a monarchy, for a nation, for Europe. The story unfolds not just in lace and jewels, but in vulnerability, courage, identity. And when the curtains rise, we will see not just a princess and a prince, but a queen in waiting, a groom stepping into history, and a world holding its breath. Stay with me, because the next chapter is unfolding, and we will watch, together, what those tears and those vows truly herald.